At Grambling, I didn't really mess with the other instruments in the band that much. But now I gotta do that. But I had an advantage because I doubled on saxophone and I messed around with the other instruments while I was in high school. I was a band geek. So I'm kind of bringing back some of those things, but I'm working on, learning clarinet, flute. Those are the main two. And then trombone. I want to be good at teaching my kids, so I need to learn those instruments too. And that stuff actually applies to my trumpet playing too, man.
Yeah.
Like I've been really focusing on percussion as well. I'll get back there and play timpani with them.
Yeah.
So a lot of that stuff, and I've been practicing rudiments on the snare drum. A lot of the stuff, like my time is so much better on trumpet now. Like the coordination, I want to learn how to play a drum set just to get that feeling and doing multiple things at once. And you're doing piano every day, so you're doing different things at once. So
Yeah.
it's so many things out there. It doesn't have to be just flow patterns, Chickawitz stuff, and R-band. It doesn't have to just be that. You can learn something from anything.
Yeah. Well, and it's the difference between playing trumpet, being a trumpet player and being a musician,
Yes.
because, like you're saying, there's something you can learn from all those instruments. Like when you're listening to a string player, if you listen to a great string player, you can pick up so many different concepts in terms of phrasing, the flow and shape of lines, things like that, articulation even. Granted, we're doing it differently, but it's still about making music. And when you can understand and pull those in, one is going to help you, but two, in terms of the technical aspect, but I think also too, it helps us in the most critical aspect of that when you understand the parts that everybody is playing, not just the written parts, but the roles that everyone has and some of the specific things about that, then you can fit in better into a band. When you understand what a drummer is trying to do, when you can understand how a string player plays, you can understand how to fit in with them so much easier.
Yes. Yeah. It's endless, and I think that's what I love about music. There's not one person is going to know everything. There's so many aspects to that you can focus on. So just for me, just doing R-band and the same trumpet stuff that we do, like I just like I can get a lot out of it, yeah. But there are other things out there too.
Yeah.
So I just want people to know that, like, we don't have to play the same exercises the way that they're written. You can just change it up. A lot of stuff that I did with Rex and Chris, man, we transposed a lot of that stuff in the Army book. We did duets transposed. Put, say, all right, we're in trumpet and E. Let's go. So it's just trying to consistently push the envelope and get something out of it. You don't have to sound great every time you practice. It's okay. Right?
Yeah.
Just do something new,
Yeah. Well, and you think about like some of the, iconic players, if we go from the jazz side, like Woody Shaw. If we go from the classical side, like Sergei Nikiriakov, what both of them were inspired, their playing was inspired not just by trumpet, but by other instruments. Woody was definitely inspired more by saxophone than he was by trumpet in terms of, his development of his sound and his approach, the intervals that he used. Sergey, so much of his work is based on string playing, and so that's what gives them that different sound, because they're not trying to sound like every other trumpet player before them. They're pulling those inspirations from other sources. So yeah, I think that is, such a cool concept, and that I think more trumpet players should listen to less trumpet players, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because you're at the point you have your sound. I mean, you consistent. You know you want to involve it, right? But man, do something else.
Yeah, different
You know.
different instruments, different music. It's like, listen to, if you're mostly a classical player, listen to some jazz, listen to some country, listen to some hip hop, listen to anything, and just, listen to music, and there's a lesson to be found in all of them.